come live here in my garage gym. We talk about fitness and finance. We help people stay motivated to get in their best physical shape or their best financial shape they can be in. And I'll tell you, I thought I had scheduled this live last night and pre-scheduled it, but when I went to come down here and go live for you guys, I realized it wasn't there in the cache. So I had to real quickly program a live here and going ahead and sending it out to a couple of people. We are back. We are back. Sorry about that. I had to send the invite out to a couple of people. You know how it is. The live didn't get set up last night like I thought it would. So we're playing catch up this morning, and it's all good in the hood. But today we have an awesome show, so we'll wait for some people to jump on here while I get the gym set up. And we're going to talk about today, first of all, the progress we're having through this 60-day six-pack challenge, because we are up and running. We are approaching day 40 of the 60-day six-pack challenge. Don't worry, Andy. I tried to set my live up last night like I normally do, so it's all pre-scheduled. And I came down here in the gym and got on there and went to click the live button for my pre-scheduled live, and I had realized something happened last night. I guess I didn't save it or something like that. So I was sitting here scrambling trying to set it all up this morning, which I hate doing, but had to do it. So I was like last minute trying to set it up. So I was like 3 minutes late going live, and YouTube hates that. And oh god, you know how it is, man. But we're gonna hopefully by next week, I'm gonna try to get onto a different social or a different live platform. We're gonna see if we can get on a different live platform where I can go live in a couple different areas, maybe YouTube and Facebook. Uh, and who knows where, but YouTube and Facebook, and I can go live there all at one time, which would be cool. I feel good. I feel good. Tons of crap food, desserts, and donuts in my house right now, and I have resisted all. Good for you, Andy. Good for you, buddy. It becomes a different lifestyle after so long, Andy. After so long, like I had an apple fritter uh, from the donut shop. I had an apple fritter over the weekend, and although it was quite tasty, of course, it still just didn't suit me right. It's almost like your body gets used to not having that junk. Once your body and your gut and everything cures itself from bad foods, as soon as I dump bad food in there, immediately I feel horrible. And we had, what else did we have? We had Freddy's burgers or something like that. We had like fast food burgers. I guess Freddy's is kind of fast food. I suppose it would be considered fast food. I don't know. But Freddy's steak burgers, we had some of those, man, and it was really good. Of course, delicious. But got my belly ached afterwards, and so your body will acclimate, and you'll just get to the point where it's like you'll have some stuff like that every now and again to cure those little taste buds of yours. But at the end of the day, you actually won't feel good from eating that stuff. Excuse me. You got to see this weather today, Andy. Look, it's all rainy out here in San Diego today. Little rainy, little cold. Little rainy, little cold. You're going to be ready to do the. Are you going to be ready to do the 15-pound dumbbell workout tomorrow, Andy? I'm going to be ready to rock and roll on that. We can have some fun and give that a shot, as long as you're willing to work out side by side with me. Are you going to have the time? Cool. Cool. That should be fun, man. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But I will work our butts off with those 15-pound dumbbells, and my goal would be to get you to have a nice burn and to get you to have a nice pump and get you a little sweaty, and hopefully guide you and teach you along the way about a couple maybe different exercises and some things. Who knows? We'll get creative. We're going to have some fun. I know you do, Andy. That's one of those traits that I always talk about when I speak of you. I say he does what he says and he shows up when he says he's going to show up, and that is a great trait, Andy, to have. A lot of people don't have that trait any longer. What's up? Good morning. Who else we got on here? We got Andy getting started here. It's a rainy day in San Diego, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the 5 ways, I think, or kind of 5 rules that I've seen with people who really, really want to make a change physically or financially. And so, I parallel a lot of times in my little lives here, I parallel the physical fitness aspect of things with the financial prosperity. And the reason I do that is because they're both difficult to achieve, physical fitness and financial prosperity, both difficult to achieve. Both take work, both don't happen overnight, both take a lot of different things. And so I thought I'd break down some universal laws, I guess you can call them. We'll talk about universal laws or rules today on how anybody, any of us, can put these rules or these laws to work in our lives and make major change physically or financially, whatever it is you're trying to go after. The reason I talk about both is because I'm trying to go after both, right? Daily, what I try to do is I try to get myself in position to become more physically fit than I was the day before and try to do something to propel my financial future forward. And both of those things are activities I try to concentrate on. And so that's why I decided to talk about fitness and finance in the mornings during my workouts. But there are some laws, some natural universal rules that I've seen that most people have gone through or put in place or used in order to drastically change their lives physically or financially. So if you're just coming on, good morning. We got a rainy old cold day in San Diego out there. It's wet, it's cold, it's rainy. This was one of the mornings where I felt like I probably didn't want to get up out of bed and do this. It was so cozy in that bed, and I looked and saw that it's cold and rainy, and I knew my garage gym would be freezing. So it is a little bit chilly, but when I start working out, everything changes. It's one of those things. Separate conversation, not one of the 5 rules, but separate conversation is, yeah, almost every time when I don't feel like working out or I'm overly tired or lazy or whatever you want to call it, don't feel the greatest. My energy level's down early in the morning when I'm supposed to get my butt down here and work out like it is today. And I'm kind of dragging and it's cold and rainy out. My eyes are heavy. It's just one of those things. Generally, what happens is after I do about a set or two in the gym working out, and you get the blood flowing and things like that, and your endorphins get going, it wakes you right up and you're ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna get to it, and we're gonna do the old school chest, biceps, or excuse me, we're gonna do some shoulders, some chest. You guys know I'm trying to grow my chest, and it's a pain in the ass. So we're gonna do some shoulders and some chest and some triceps today, and work that upper body and get the shoulders and get the chest really pumped. Um, yeah, and you just get going. So once I do a set or two, I'm gonna be back to my regular energy level, and I'm a little draggy right now. But how about this? Oh yeah, who else has popped on here? I know we have Andy on here, but I know a couple people popped on, haven't said hello this morning. So feel free if you have a chance to type in there in the text and say hey, say good morning. I'd love to know who's on watching. And we're about to get right to it, guys. So we'll get in this workout and we're going to talk about these 5 rules or these 5 steps that people go through in order to create total change in their lives, whether it be physical fitness or financial. So we're going to rock about that. But anyway, good morning. Rainy day in San Diego. How's the weather where you're at? It would be wonderful if somebody on here said, well, it's 72 degrees and sunny where we're at. And I'd be like, touche. Usually I'm saying that about San Diego, but today it seems cold and rainy. I didn't even check the weather, but there ain't going to be no fun today in San Diego. Everybody's going to be inside, and whoever goes out and drives in San Diego today is going to have a fit. 85 yesterday and 59 and rain today. That's a pretty good swing, huh? Damn. That's a pretty good swing, Andy. 85 yesterday, though? Nice. 59 today. I'm telling you, that's what we've got going on in San Diego, man. It's probably 59 degrees and rainy out right now in San Diego. And you know us San Diego kids, we don't like this kind of weather, man. That's maybe why I was feeling a little down and out this morning. Feeling a little sluggish this morning. It's the weather that does it. It's not me, I promise. But how about this, guys? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the 5 rules or the 5 steps that most people I've seen have followed or gone through or put in place in order to create some major success in life, whether it be physical or financial. It's kind of like whatever someone is shooting for, right? But you want to make change in life, and there's a couple steps that people must go through. And we'll get these dumbbells cracking. But the first thing, obviously, is motivation to make a change. Okay. The first step someone has to go through is an awakening. This happens before any other thing can happen, honestly, in making change. We have the motivation to make the change. So, what do I mean by that? What is there anything in your life right now that you wish was a little different or a little better? And if there is something that you wish was a little different, a little better in your life, what's the motivating factor? Why do you want something to be different? Right? Because if somebody is okay with the status quo, then of course there's no need to go through any pain or struggle to change anything. There's no need to work harder. There's no need to put in extra energy. There's no need to step outside of one's comfort zone. Of course not. Who wants to be uncomfortable? So the getting uncomfortable and the trying new things and the fear, getting over the fear of failure and the realization that results aren't immediate, those kinds of things. No one's going to go through all that stuff until they have a mental breakthrough in their own head and they say mentally, I want to make this change and I'm going to work on it and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this change. So is there anything in your life that you'd want to be different right now? And if so, I say, why? So, what's your why? You hear people say, what's your why? Why do you want to be more fit? Why do you want to be in better shape? Why do you want to have healthier habits? Why do you want to be more financially free? Why? What in your mind says, look, that's it. I've had enough of where I'm at now. I'm going to be now motivated, no matter who else is around me, no matter what they're eating, no matter what their habits are, no matter what their lifestyle is, no matter how much money they make or don't make, no matter what's going on with other people around me, I, inside my own heart and soul, have decided that I'm ready to make a shift, start walking down a new path, make a change. What is it in your life that you think? What is it in your life that you're ready to change? I'm curious. Do you have anything in your life that you're thinking, this part of me could use an improvement? And then you ask yourself, why? What's your motivation to want to change that? What's the reasoning behind it? Because without strong enough motivation in one's own head and without strong enough reasoning, there'll never be enough mental momentum to get somebody to act on anything, step outside their comfort zone, walk down a new path. You won't do it unless you've mentally committed. So, is there anything in your life right now that you want to see different? And my question is, what's motivating you to change that part of you? What's the motivation behind it? Hey, Mystic, what's up, man? It's been a minute. It's good to have you on here. Good to have you on here, Mystic. Good morning. Honestly, just being a better man. I feel like I didn't have a good dad figure growing up besides my grandpa. And so I need to reframe the man I want to be. Well, that's a really good thing that you said, bro. And I'm glad that you're able to open up and say what's on your mind here on the live. I really appreciate you, brother. And what you said is such a great, clean thought. What a good why. It runs deep. And I'm sorry you didn't have a good father figure growing up. I was very, very blessed, man. Very blessed to have an amazing father. My mother and father got divorced when I was 5 years old, and there was turmoil in that, but I still was able to see my mom and I was still able to see my dad both. And so I was very blessed. And my father was an amazing guy. So anybody who didn't have a good father figure, I don't know what that would be like. But the good thing is, what you're saying though, is you had examples like grandpa. And the idea is for you to become that man. And that is such a cool thought, you know? So that's a good why, man. You want to be better for your family. You want to be present. You want to be a better man, and you want to be as, as much at the top of your game as possible. And so I will give you one secret, man. One secret to that is that you take care of yourself first and foremost. And when I say that, that sounds weird, right? It sounds off. Being selfish has nothing to do with being the man I want to be for my family and all that stuff, but it really is actually. As a matter of fact, the more on top of your game you are, the more physically fit you are, the more energetic you are, the more powerful you become, the more knowledge you retain. Those kinds of things are what made our grandpas who they were, right? Those old hardened grandpas, boy. There won't be another generation like those men. But those old hardened grandpas, they didn't have it easy. They had to struggle. They had to cook through. They had to probably, a lot of them went to war. Um, and they were pretty hardened, but yet you'd find some sort of peace, that when you speak to those grandpas, you'd find some sort of peace within them because they had been so hardened. And they didn't feel the need to have to fight anymore, be egotistical anymore. That they were just giving us great advice, and they were trying to give it to us straight. And they weren't raising sissies. They were trying to give it to us like, life's hard, kid, that kind of thing. Suck it up. And those kind of lessons. That was a good era. But that's a really cool thing if you want to be a better father figure. But one of those things you got to do is take care of yourself first and foremost. When you become better, everything around you becomes better. So when you become a better man inside your own soul, when you become more physically fit, more energetic, you become a more formidable opponent to this planet. It does get a lot more respect from the wives and the children and the grandchildren and everything else. And of course, your personality and your attitude and the way you treat your family is another big layer to that. Are we trying to help our families? Are we trying to be a family unit? Or are we one of those people that like our family to be separated and never speak to each other, and they're all in different parts of the states and everybody has some sort of disconnect, right? There's a different leadership role that families look up to. So we'll get you there, Mystic. Hang out. We'll talk and we'll get it. We'll get it. That's my thing too. I'm just trying to be the best possible father I can be, the best possible husband I can be, the best possible business partner I can be. And the way that I'm the best father and the best husband and the best business partner is generally when I feel the most confidence in me. When I feel better, when I feel energetic, when I feel like I'm on top of the world, when I feel like, and so that's why I talk about the clean diet, the daily working out, the getting your body moving in the mornings first thing. Clean dieting, what you put in your body makes you feel like shit sometimes. We were just talking about that, Andy and I, with food. So, these disciplines, guys, are what can make us a better man in life. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Streeper, tough times making strong men. Strong men making good times making weak men, and weak men causing tough times. It's the cycle, right? It's the cycle. Yeah, 100%. It's the cycle. That's a great statement, right? I think I heard that a few different times, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. And what happened is our grandfathers made some easy times. That's what happened. Our grandfathers went through hard times, went through depressions, wars, all that stuff, being, getting drafted. And there was some wild stuff that generation went through. And they took some hard times and made them better. And then we got to be born into some easy times. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, yeah, no problem, Mystic. Dude, hang out. Let's just try to be better. That's what we want to do. We want to motivate each other daily. And if it's just my silly little live here when we get to chat while I'm working out, man, that I can help motivate somebody and we can chat it out, right? Sometimes people just need a release or to hear it from somebody else that's more their same age, right? Not grandpa telling you, but someone who's maybe your peer saying, "Look, guys, we just got to get our shit together. That's the facts." Everybody wants to blame everything else around them of why they're not a good father, of why they're not a good husband, of why they're overweight, or why they don't have energy, or why they're lazy, or why it's all these excuses, right? To be mediocre. The idea is let's not be mediocre. Let's push ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves so that then that reflects the best version of yourself reflects and you get back what you are. So if you're fat, lazy, unmotivated, mean, angry, not a good, if you're not showing up, if you're this, that's how the world around is going to treat you back. There's zero doubt about it. Zero doubt about it. So let's talk about that, guys. The first thing that people go through is the mental motivation. Something's got to click. A light switch has to go on. There's got to be a moment when somebody says, "That's it. I'm not smoking cigarettes no more. I don't give a shit. I'm done with this." And they get inside their own head that they're going to do anything it takes to break that habit. "I'm going to quit drinking, man. I've had enough with this alcohol." Well, until you've mentally made the real click, the flip of the switch, you won't act on that. You'll just keep doing your same habits. So I'm just using these kinds of things as an example, but the same thing as continuing down the same path financially, or continuing down the same path as a husband, or not changing. Okay. We continue to be a habitual creature, and the habits we have create our near future. Straight up. So the first step people go through is motivation. Something's got to click. Okay. Something's got to click. Something has to click. All right. And by the way, I got to stop just jabbing it up and I got to talk. Okay. So what happens is when somebody gets finally over the mental shift, when somebody does that first and gets over the mental shift, meaning it really clicks in your own head, not outside influence, not what other people told you should or shouldn't do, not nothing. It's really inside your own heart and soul where you decide you're just going to make a change, and that's that. Okay? So that's what has to happen first. Until that happens, none of the other things like a decision can happen. They won't. They won't. You know how people, like, somebody could tell you to quit smoking cigarettes and you're a cigarette smoker like crazy, and you're smoking cigarettes, and people around you say, "Man, you got to quit those. Those things are killing you. Man, you stink. Dude, it's lame. You always have to go outside and smoke a cigarette while everybody's sitting in here. Man, the cigarettes are bad for you. They're causing you cancer. Man, those are horrible. You should get rid of all that stuff the whole time." And no, 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 you ain't doing nothing. You're going to be like, "All right, well, good for saying that. Now I'm going to go outside and have a cigarette." That's what happens until you make that mental shift. Now, once you make the mental shift and you literally decide inside your own heart and soul that that part of you is going to change come hell or high water, now you're ready to make a decision. See that? Now you can decide what you're going to do in order to make the change happen. Now you can make a decision. So what's the decision? Is the decision that you're just going to quit cold turkey and suffer it and you're going to go through it no matter what? Is the decision that, you know what, I'm just going to make myself work out 5 days a week and just create a habit in life? Is the decision now you're going to shop differently at the grocery store and you're actually going to buy new foods? Is the decision you're going to cook more at home and stop eating out? Is the decision you're going to put down the sugar? What's the decision? That decision had to have come from an extreme amount of motivation in one's own mind. There we go. Getting a little burn. And yeah, the only way you're going to make that commitment, Andy, is by having some sort of motivation that's stronger than the old habit. The motivation to change has to become stronger than the old habit. And then you can decide what new habit to put in place. And if we, as I was speaking with Andy, when we first began, when I was speaking with Andy, we were talking about food. It's like, if you go 3 weeks to a month eating really, really clean, and then one day you have a donut, or one day you go out to the fast food and you have a double cheeseburger with fries or something like that, just to do. It's amazing how your body reacts to that. differently than it did when you were having a burger every day. Your body's not used to it and your body's gotten cleaned out, your gut and everything. And so when you have foods like that, it immediately makes you feel different and it can make you feel bad for a day or two after eating that stuff. And you realize how bad it is. But when we're attached to it, we're eating burgers and donuts daily, your body sort of acclimates to that. And you don't realize that you're just processing poisons all day. And people wonder why they have no energy, right? So you could decide now a decision of what you're going to do to make the change. Now you can decide. So you got to have the mental motivation. It happens number one, first and foremost. Then you have the ability to make a decision to start changing your life up. Now, like Andy said, you're ready to commit to something new. There's no more maybes. You're drawing a line in the sand. So maybe the I'll get to it, the I'll do it later, the I'm planning on it, those are just excuse statements to oneself who hasn't made a mental commitment and is not ready to decide. All right. So we commit, we find our why. The why has to be stronger than the old habit. Now we're ready to make a decision and make a commitment to the change. And now, guess what? Now's the time when you can start to take some actual action. Until you've made the mental commitment, until you've decided that you're going to make the change come hell or high water, there won't be any action. But if you have mentally committed and you have decided that this is going to be the way it is, now it's time to be able to put into place actions. Actions. What new actions are you going to take in order to change this part of you? So mental commitment first, 100%, light switch has to go on. Now you can actually commit to changing some actions. So, that was a good one. What is the whole bit of taking action? Taking action means taking the first step. And sometimes people want to start running when they make this change. And you can't run into change. You have to do the crawl, walk, run theory. So then I say, when you're ready to take action, you're ready to make these changes, the only thing we have to motivate ourselves to be able to do is to take the first step. Take the first step in that different direction. Take the first step down that scary, dark path that's unknown. And take the first step. Why? Because I will tell you this. Most people cannot see as far as they want to go. Most people can't see as far as they wish to go because we have mental blocks, because we have old patterns, because of these things. Our psyche, our mentality can't see all the way down that dark path to the end result. Therefore, we think it's not there. We think it's elusive. We don't know how long that path is and how long it's going to take us down that dark, scary path to get to that new destination. Since the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of getting lost, the fear of walking down a path you've never been down before, you get paralyzed. And because you can't see far enough, you can't see for yourself far enough, the only thing we can do is start to take the first step down the path and put one foot in front of the other. My partner used to say, in taking action, my partner, who's a very wise man, used to say, you can only see so far, meaning you can only depict or you can only actually believe that your results can be so much. We have this blocking mindset, right? Like, what if I said you could be worth $10 million 5 years from now? Most people would say, sure. Sure. What am I going to do? Win the lottery? And that's just a mindset that says, nah, that's not possible. What if I said you could be worth $10 million in 5 years if you just really concentrate on it? What if people said, well, if I could, then shit, let me try it. Okay. It's a different mindset. But my partner used to say, people need to just go down that path, right? People need to go as far as they can see. Because once they get there, they can usually see a lot farther. That was a really great statement. But people should just start taking the first step down the path. Put one foot in front of the other, slowly but surely, and just walk down that path as far as you can see. Because once you get there, you can see a lot farther. Okay, so that's a good statement, right? So this action doesn't have to be this rush. Nothing's going to change overnight. The action has to be taking the first steps. And you won't do that until you've mentally committed to taking new actions. And now you can actually start to take one step at a time down that path. You guys liking this so far? Yo, what's up, Taylor? Come on, one more rep. Woo! That was a good one. We got Taylor Cox in the house, everybody. Whew. All right, that was good. We got Taylor Cox in the house, everybody. The man, the myth, and the legend. The man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Taylor Cox, live and in effect. Talking about the five steps, 5 laws, 5 rules to success. So here's the next one. Rule number 4. After we've gone past, sorry, I was out of frame there for a second, guys. I'm loading up the big dogs. Loading up them big dogs. I think I have to adjust the damn bench though, which is a pain in my butt. So what we've done is we've gone through step 1. What was step 1 again? Step 1 again was finding a why you want to make a change in life, physically or financially. That reason why you want to make the change has to be more powerful than the old habit. Okay? So you have to mentally commit first. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. All right. And then what we did, guys, is we went through to make a decision to take action. So we got motivation, decision, and action. You got to have the motivation first. Then you got to make a decision that you're going to change come hell or high water. Now it's time to take action. That action would be just taking that first step. First step down a path that may seem dark or scary. It's a new path in life. It's new habits. It's changing the old dynamics. It's killing off the old you slowly, step by step, and building a new you. So that's the recap, Taylor. Okay. And then, of course, as my partner Desi used to say, you start taking that step down that new path because it's dark and it's scary. You can only see so far. You certainly can't see far enough. So you just walk and keep some consistency, which is the next step. But in that taking action, you just have to have action now that's consistent. So the consistency is put one foot after another and keep walking down that new path. And that consistent effort, step by step, will allow you to eventually go as far as you could see. And once you get there, you'll be able to see a lot farther. So the consistency. Do you show up daily or just sometimes? Do you create new repetitions in your life like I'm about to do here on this bench press? Are you doing reps every day? Do you know what I mean? Or do you just dabble once a week sometimes when it's mentally okay for you? Or do you discipline yourself to be a different person over time with consistency? Everybody wants to be a new beast next week. Everybody wants to lose the beer belly in a week. Everybody wants to be buff tomorrow. Everybody wants to start making more money tomorrow. This is not the process, y'all. Why do you think so many people have these dreams of doing something different? They just barely get started, like buying a new gym membership, okay? New Year's resolutions. Oh, God, don't get me started on New Year's resolutions. None of this shit works. They don't understand the formula. Ugh. What if somebody just knew there was a formula to it? Would it make things easier? If you knew that somebody just had to make a mental commitment, if you just had to make a mental commitment, if you just had to start taking action one little step at a time down a different path, not worried about how far away the end result is because you can't see that far down that path. It's a brand new path. And just creating some consistency, showing up daily to take one more step down the path. Or do we take a step down the path on Wednesday to our success and then take a break Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then promise ourselves on Monday we're going to get right back to it? Then have a lazy Monday and a lazy Tuesday, and then put one more day of effort in on Wednesday to go down that path to freedom, to excellence. Are we just dipping our damn toes in the water sometimes? Or are we showing up daily with consistency? That's the question. And are you so concerned with how fast the progress is? Are you trying to be a marathon runner when you can't even see the path ahead of you? So you're just going to start running and stumble, run flat into a tree? Why do people do this? Only one little step at a time, guys. But one little step down a different path. One little step, inch by inch, with consistency, will certainly get you to your destination without stumbles, without running face first into a tree. Oh, man. Hey, oh, that's so awesome. Looky there. The first like stranger commenter, if you want to call him a troll, free Palestine. Somebody popped on. Hey, YouTube showed my YouTube to somebody. Congratulations, guys. We're back. Oh no. And one of the lessons my partner loves to teach people, and I think it's a fantastic lesson, is since you're walking down these paths, I'm like, yeah, Andy, all right. We're making progress here. This is great. Um, we're back. But my partner, Desi, who I refer to a lot, he's a wise gent. Learned a lot of lessons from him. But he would say, oh, oops, hold on. Let me stretch my bad shoulder out here real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. That shoulder ain't no good. It's the person also that believes that when they're starting to walk down a brand new path, it's the person that believes that when they're headed in a direction that's foreign, uncomfortable, new to them, feel like everything should go perfect. You shouldn't trip at all over anything, that it shouldn't, you shouldn't accidentally bump into a tree on the way down the path in the forest, right? No, 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 no. My partner Desi's big on starting the process of walking down the path. And as you take step by step, small steps to the future success that you're building, that you would make adjustments. Isn't that right? You would make adjustments. And it's funny, I put this thing on here, this chest strap, right? I have this chest strap, which helps at the very bottom of a rep in bench press. It kind of is like having a little spotter with you. And since I work out by myself and I don't have a spotter, can't normally lift that heavy. And also I tore my shoulder about a year and a half ago. And I'm still scared of it because it didn't get surgery on or anything like that, but I tore my labrum pretty good doing bench presses here. And so when you're talking about making adjustments, it's kind of a key lead in with this little chest strap I use for bench presses. But the idea of starting to walk down that new path to a different success in life, whether it be physical or financial, there's going to be roadblocks that you're going to have to adjust to. Okay. It's not just going to be a nice, easy stroll. Okay. It's a new path. You might step in a pothole you couldn't see. You might step in a pothole you didn't know was there. You might not realize there was a big tree laid over the path that you're going to have to crawl over or jump over. It's not going to be just an easy stroll to success. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be roadblocks, and you got to adjust. You got to make adjustments. As you learn walking down the path, what obstacles will be in your way, then you can make adjustments and learn and do some tweaking on how you're going to get in, around, or over those obstacles. And each step, you learn more. And each step down the path, you learn more about yourself. You learn more about the speed of your walk. You learn more about the path itself. And after a little while of walking down this path, it's certainly nowhere near as scary looking walking down this dark path to success as it was when you first started taking your first step down that scary path, because you've learned a lot about yourself. You've learned a lot about the walk, and you've learned a lot about the path you're on. And then with learning, you can tweak things and you can start improving your pace. But that's the progress. And guys, you will get to your destination eventually, won't you? One step at a time. Because you mentally had a light switch go off that said, this part of your life's going to change. You were able to make a commitment to do what it takes, whatever that is. It's unknown, but a commitment to be strong and to move through whatever it takes to get there, which then number 3 leads you to be able to take action. And when you're starting to take action, it's not immediate. Taking action is just getting yourself to start taking the very first step down that new path. And then now your job is to continue to take those steps daily and create consistency in this trek to your destination. Not take one step on Wednesday and then take the entire end of the week and weekend off and then take your next step on Monday the next week. Don't dabble. If you want success, walk slowly but surely, step by step down the path. Show up daily and create some consistency and just keep moving towards the goal. And the fifth one is to make adjustments and tweaks along the way in order to get there as quickly as you possibly can. Those are the 5 steps. And that is the process, and those are the rules of the universe. I've seen it with a million different people. I've seen it people break a million different habits. I've seen people become someone new very quickly. But that was the process. Everybody wants to just start taking immediate action without learning and making adjustments and thinks it's all going to work. People want to start running down the new path immediately, and the first thing they do is trip over a rock and bust their ankle. And the first thing you don't want to do is start running down this path, this new scary path that you're already intimidated by on your way to this new life, and start running down this path too quickly, trip on the first rock and bust your ankle. Because guess what that does to the rest of the trek? It sure puts a damper on it. Because now you're going to have to wait to get that broken ankle healed up before you can even take the next step. I'm on the analogy flame point today, aren't I? Damn. Too funny. But what's your input, guys? Do you see that? Am I talking trash or am I being straight with you? It's a process. And there is a proven process. And to me, when I outlined those 5 steps yesterday, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Mentally make a shift. Second, commit to that shift. Third, take action. Fourth, use consistency as your friend. And fifth, make adjustments along the way as you learn. That's the way it's done. What's your take on that? I'm curious while I finish this last set of bench press. Good stuff? Do you guys believe me? Do you guys think I'm truthful here? Do you think it's a system that you could follow? If you were cognizant that that's the process we're going to go through, could you actually look at where you're at in that process and understand it and keep moving forward? Because I believe you can. That's just my opinion. What's your take? Oh, well, at least it stopped raining. Curious to see what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that that's a good system? Do you guys think I'm being truthful? Does it make sense to you on why that process is the way it is and why you can't switch up the order of those things? Why people who try to switch up the order of those things usually fail? Yay, nay, cat's got your fingers. And hooray, Andy, they showed me to one stranger today. Hell yeah. And it wasn't even somebody to pop on to say, hey, great advice, sir. It was somebody to pop on to say free Palestine. I thought the free Palestine thing was in the past already. Am I not caught up with world news or the show that they want us to be a part of? Nice and clear, brother. Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate you, bro. But that's the facts, Jack. Now, you know what I see a lot of times? I see people being convinced by other people that they need to make a change. And they get it in their ear so much from someone else that they just get fed up with hearing it basically and say, all right, then, they're right. I need to change. And right then, they already lost because they didn't have the mental commitment to change. They let somebody else have that commitment for them, and they're just followers. You have to decide on your own that what the status quo is now is just not how it's always going to be. And in your brain, you said, that's it. I've had it. I'm going to make the change. Now you can actually commit to it yourself. And those commitments you make to yourself are a lot stronger generally than commitments you make to other people, aren't they? I'll tell you, I know really well, and my wife does too. My wife knows really well. My wife knows when I make a commitment to playing golf, she knows I'm going to go play golf. Do you know what I'm saying? There ain't no compromise. I've mentally committed to take the steps and take the actions. Oh, and I will be at the golf course. I manifest it. Shoot, I'm cracking myself up this morning. And I take actions one step after another to walk my butt to my car and drive to the country club and walk my butt to the driving range. And I walk step by step right over to that first tee box, boy. I don't know why that's funny to me today. There's this old guy in his garage stacking weights, laughing at himself. I love it. Oh, this is gonna be too heavy for me for that one. Sorry, guys, I gotta stack the weights here for a minute, but conversate with me. Talk to me. Tell me what you think. What is something here? I'm curious with you guys. What is something in your life right now that you feel like you need to make a mental commitment to start doing better at? Can I help guide you through these simple steps to assure you that the change actually happens and that it's not guesswork? Can I help guide you through over time, not today, but can I help guide you through those steps, the 5 steps? And we'll do an experiment and we'll see if we guide you through those 5 steps, if you can make that change, no matter what it is. I'm serious, no matter what it is. Your goals can't be too lofty. Your goals can't be too lofty because remember, you can only see as far as you can see for yourself. And trust me, it's not that far. What are some things in your life? You're waking up now? Yeah, exactly. Got the blood flowing, Andy. Got the blood flowing. You can tell difference in my voice, right? Difference in my energy level. This morning I was groggy and stuffy and it was cold out and rainy and I felt like staying in bed and da 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 da. But if I take today off and I stay in bed, is that me showing up for myself every day to achieve my goals? Yay or nay? Or is that me allowing myself to give excuses to myself and believe my weakness? So this morning, and trust me, fellers, I'm not tooting my own horn here whatsoever. But all I'm saying is today was one of the days that I did not feel like coming out here and doing this workout and talking to you guys on YouTube. I did not feel like doing it, but I did it. And you know what? Now that I did it, I feel damn good I did. You see what I'm saying? I could still be up lying in that bed up there like a lazy punk, but I wouldn't have had this message to you guys. I think some of you have received this message well today, so God meant for me to tell you this. And secondly, I got my goals, dude. I'm right in like day 40 or day 39 or whatever of the 60-day six-pack challenge. So if I take a day off, I'm lying to myself that I really want to complete the challenge, aren't I? I'm being a liar to myself. The more you lie to yourself, guess what? The easier it is to believe your own lies later. These are a weird, this is kind of a weird exercise here. I remember I had a hater pop on here and say, "You got terrible form. That's not how you're supposed to do those." So people would look at like a dumbbell or a cable fly, right? Which is where you guys would have your arms pretty much parallel and you come down here like so, and then up here like so, right? So you could lay on a bench and you could do dumbbell flies like that, right? Or you could do cable flies where you're either standing like this, right? You've seen people stand in the gym like this, or you can get a bench and you can sit in a bench and you can kind of like do this with the cables. So this is different. This is not flies. This is an upper raise right here, which you're squeezing this top part of your chest and using these pieces of your shoulders here, your front shoulder deltoids, and not your biceps, but you're using your deltoids and your upper chest right here, not your biceps. I'm leaving my arms fairly straight or about at a 25-degree bend or so is going to leave there. And what you're doing is you're pulling up from back here when you get the stretch, and you're pulling the weight up like this and squeezing it together like this. And so it's coming down to your hips like this and stretching you out, and you're pulling that weight up like this. And when you come up to the top here, you're going to squeeze it out, right? And when you're squeezing that weight up like that, these front delts and these upper chest right here is going to get the pump. So we're going to work out 3 sets of this. Then we're going to do some triceps and some abs. If I don't get all the way through it, because I might have to take my daughter to school, my wife's got a hurt back right now. She's not feeling too good. So I might have to pump through this and get it done within the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you guys want to chat, because I'm going to be talking to you, but otherwise I'm going to be finishing this workout. And these are these upper chest front raises that we are using the cable machine for. Not a heavy weight, pretty lightweight, but you're going to do a lot of reps of them. So basically I'm just going to step forward a tad to get some tension on those, keep my arms at 25 degrees and just bring those up like that to the front and keeping my arms with that same bend. What's something in your life you want to change? Taylor, Andy, what's the next step? What's the next move? What's the next piece of yourself you want to better? Does it have to do with physical or financial? Let me know in the chat. Curious to know what's on your mind. Curious to know what's in your heart. What you feel like having become better in your life. I know Andy's already on this fitness kick with me, trying his best, avoiding the cakes and the donuts with the family while they're in town. It's a wonderful thing. We got to get at it. I know Taylor is certainly a man of financial goals. But what is it in your life right now that you really want to change? Is there anything? Is there something that's just not right in your life? I know someone said, "I just want to be a better man" earlier. Well, you certainly become a better man by showing up for yourself every day, not believing your own lies, and not becoming a weakling. Ask me how I know. What is it that you want to change in your life, physically or financially? We all have something. There's something that you might want to better. And there's something maybe that's not going right in your life right now. Maybe you know you have a bad habit in one way or another. Is it physical fitness related or is it financial related? What needs to change in your life? What could you do to follow these 5 simple steps in order to make the change happen inevitably? Always wanting to be a better husband and dad. Good, but I want to be amazing. Well, I'm sure you are amazing. I know you, Andy, and I'm pretty sure you're amazing already, but you want to be better. Well, there is a thought process behind it. Sounds like you're ready to make the mental commitment to try to be a better father and husband. Sounds like you're ready to make the commitment. Now it's time to take action. Now we say, what actions could we start to take differently on a daily basis? Do we pick a note and try to get an investor for a specific note? Or do we focus on getting someone to pledge a certain amount of cash, then go look for the note? Good question. We usually line up the investors first. We use case studies of notes from our portfolio to show them the notes that we buy. And we're letting them know that these notes are coming across our trade desk on a daily and weekly basis, and we're going through them and doing due diligence on them to find out which ones we want to buy. But oftentimes we only have 7 days or 10 days for due diligence to close on the deal. So I can't really find a note deal and then go out and search for the money at that point. You were a crunch time. So I got to line up investors first. So we got to line up the investors first. And then we will find a note to put together with those folks. Andy, what action steps are we going to start taking daily different than what we've been doing? What's going to be a new habit? A new habit we're going to put in place. Try this one. Buy your wife flowers once a week. Try that. Just make that a habit. Watch this. Buy your wife flowers once a week. Just do that. Most men don't. I know I don't. So I need to follow my own advice. I need to start buying my wife flowers once a week. Let's try that. Watch what'll happen. Ha! Tell them you love them daily. Oh, yes, absolutely. And you know what? How about this? Show them you love them. Ha ha. Show them you love them. There's always that one statement we were taught as kids, and it still stands strong. And that statement is actions speak louder than words. Oh, dang it. I knew she'd be on. Oh, God. Dang, I was trying to get away with that with her not on here. Damn. As God would have it, she had to jump on right now. Jeez. Ay, ay, ay. I guess I'm stuck buying flowers now. Ha! Tell Bethany she has the best Facebook posts on note investing. Yeah, absolutely. She'll appreciate that comment. That's an action item in her life she's changing. Oh, stop with the flowers. You know damn well I'm not doing that. I'm just kidding. Oh, maybe I should start, huh? All right. Fair enough. If you don't follow your own lessons, are you a good coach? All right, knock it off. It was me, not Andy. I was telling Andy, stop it. All right, anyways. Hey, NJ, how you doing? No, that's okay. You know what? Shoot me a text message, man. Shoot me a text message and I'll call you. How's that, NJ? No worries. Oh, God. All right, you guys, enough. That's not the lesson for today. Damn, how did I get myself into this? All right. I'm just playing. Yes, I know. But yeah, hey, try getting your wife flowers once a week and see what happens. I know what'll happen with my life. My wife loves them flowers. Yeah, just text me, NJ. Shoot me a text so I have your number. I'll communicate with you. How about thanks, Patrick? Not thanks, Andy. Thanks, Patrick, for bringing it up. Maybe Andy will do it now, too. Oh, NJ, let me catch you up real quick. NJ, let me catch you up real quick. 5 steps to creating success, especially if things are going bad for you in any wake of life and you want to really make a change. You want those things to be different. 5 steps. Number 1, mental commitment. Number 2, decision-making time of how you're going to change habits. Number 3, take action, step by step, changing those habits on a daily basis. Number 4, do it with some consistency. Don't just dip a toe in the water, show up daily. And number 5, make adjustments along the way. Yeah. Yeah, I ate some. Yeah. You've decided. Decision-making time. I've decided I'm going to make a change. Great. If you really decided, now it's time to put actions in place. So what actions are you going to take? Now, don't overwhelm yourself. Remember, taking action only means that you're willing to start to take the first step down that new path. It's not run all the way to the destination. You can't even see that far yet down the path. As my partner said, you only go as far as you can see because you can't see that far. But once you get there, once you get as far as you can usually see a lot farther. So that is creating action steps. What are we going to start to do different? And then just take the first step. We start step one, day one. Step one, day one. Just like we started step one, day one with this 60-day six-pack challenge, didn't we? And we're, 30 some odd days through it, 38, 39. I think we only got about 20, 21 days left of the 60 days. And it's daily steps. I started on day one of the 60-day six-pack challenge, taking the very first step. Then the next day, step two, next day, step three. And we haven't had much of a break in it, except for I went to the Masters in Augusta and I had to take 2 or 3 days off because I was vacationing and going to the Masters golf tournament. But man, other than that, we show up daily. We're not dipping toes in. And we create this consistency with the new habits by taking those little tiny steps, and we make it consistent. And then guess what? Along that path, while we're heading down it, we start to make adjustments because we learn as we go. Learn things about ourselves, learn things about that scary path we're walking down. But I'm telling you this, do you doubt me? Even if that path to success is a mile long, do you doubt me that if you take one step every day without fail, with consistency, that soon enough you'll get to the end of that 1 mile long path and you'll be at the destination? Is that the truth? So I'm glad some of you guys are making decisions. Now let's take some action. When we start taking this action, let's take this action little by little, step by step, with consistency. You'll be amazed at the results. Oftentimes, life becomes a lot better, when you're only halfway down that path. You don't even have to make it down the whole way. Oftentimes, life gets real good, a lot better than it was when you've only crept down a tiny bit of that path. But you start to see the light. You start to see the change that you were looking for beginning to occur. You start to see some type of success. You start to learn more about yourself, even when you're only going halfway down the path. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, NJ. Yes, sir. Ain't stopping. You're officially down 8 pounds, slowly making it, like I said. What a great feeling that is. What a great feeling. Your belief in yourself is coming true. Your self-doubt is slowly sliding away. And your ability to make promises to yourself and keep them is one of the biggest lessons of like the 60-day six-pack challenge. We talk about it. Oh, I need more weight than that. We talk about the results, yeah. What is it going to be like at the end of the 60 days? How much weight will we have lost? No. There will be weight lost. There will be physiques changed. There will be better six-pack abs showing up. But that wasn't really the idea. The idea was really the challenge, wasn't it? The idea was really to see if we could commit to something for 60 days without bullshitting ourselves. The real pain of it is, can we actually show up every day for 60 days straight without being a sissy and taking a break, without letting ourselves down, without getting discouraged with the results, immediate or lack thereof? Do we know it's going to be a 60-day challenge and we start with day 1, then 2, then 3, then 4? And I'm telling you guys, you take those little baby steps and you stick to it consistently, and you will see drastic change, as proven with NJ. We're only 39 days into it, right, NJ? I don't know. Maybe you can help me out with the times and the dates. I've been a little bit discombobulated with where we're at in the challenge, but I do know that we are a fair ways through, approaching 3/4 of the way through the 60 days. And some of us have just stayed committed to it. And guess what? Some of us, like NJ, my wife, myself, Andy, are actually seeing some change. Isn't that wild? Isn't that a crazy thing? Starting to lose weight, starting to feel better, starting to be healthier, starting to have more energy, starting to wake up with a different vigor in the mornings. People are starting to compliment you. What have you been doing? Man, you're looking better. Ah, look at there. Well, geez, it's only been 38 days or whatever it is. That's it. It's been like a little over a month. That's it. That's a short amount of time in life to start to see such drastic change, isn't it? People think it takes forever. It doesn't. It just takes consistency, commitment, taking action, not dipping a toe in the water. Half of it's mental. Yeah, I think 39. I know that's what I was wondering too. But I think we're at day 39. I think that's right. And after a while, don't you see? After a while, it becomes just your habit. It's what you do. Like I don't even care when 60 days comes up anymore because this is just it's what I do now. That's kind of what I was hoping for a lot of people, that the 60-day six-pack challenge, we called it, would help ingrain into people new habits. If you do 60 days of new habits consistently, guess what? A lot of those habits don't go away after day 60. No, no, sir. Those habits stay with you and you become a changed person. And it becomes more difficult to digress back to old habits because you realize how stanky your old habits actually were and how awesome your new habits actually are. All of a sudden, it becomes addicting to be the new you, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh man, what a good statement. We got to put that on a t-shirt, huh? Become addicted to the new you. I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Bestseller on Etsy. And by the way, guys, I don't know why I think I'm funny today when I'm not being funny. I don't know. It's one of those days. Become addicted to the new you. Have a good day, NJ. Have a good day. I'm glad it's working out for you, and I'm glad I can be a part of your motivation to change for the better. And when things are going hard, that means when things are going tough in life, that means there's actually some sort of glory on the other side of that pain. So push through it. The better you keep yourself mentally through struggle and hard time, the better things go. A lot of times, guys, it's us. Our environment becomes a reflection of us. Thanks, Mystic. I appreciate you, man. Dude, I don't know. I got put in YouTube jail. You missed it for a while. I don't know. I got put in YouTube jail. I took like 4 days off to go to the Masters and I wasn't consistent anymore. Like when I got home, YouTube had technical problems. I got the technical problems sort of figured out. They were like booting me off. And then now like they don't show me to anybody. And I don't know. It's wild, dude. So, but I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, brother. That's a good compliment, coming from you, bro. I appreciate it. Uh, Yeah, I wish I could help more people's lives as well, but really it's not the thing, right? It's not the result I'm looking for. If I got four people on here, Mystic, if I got four people on here and I help and change those four people's lives for the better, motivating them to do better, become a better man, a better woman, lose the weight, drop the bad habits, become more financially free, learn something about investing, anything like that, and there's only four people on here and I'm helping change four lives, that's good for me. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord will deliver the people to me. Because as you know, there's that old statement that says, when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. And whoever I appear for means that the Lord thought they were ready to hear me. And if it's four people right now, it's four. It's not about the destination. It's about helping. And it's about me too. You understand, Mystic, when I come on here and I talk in the mornings, a lot of it is for me as well. Half the time I'm talking to myself, teaching myself, keeping myself straight, making sure that I'm going to teach you guys lessons that I am following, not just some person who talks a lot of game. If I say I'm going to change my body physically and get in the gym, I do it and I show up, even when I don't want to. And I want you guys to feel that same way. Feel like you got backup, feel like you got motivation. You're not the only one. We all struggle. Life's not easy. Change is not easy. Breaking bad habits is extraordinarily difficult. But when we work hard enough and we concentrate on it, we can do it. Hi, Bubs. Ready? Oh, you got it. You're a big girl. I'll open the car for you. Have a good day, honey. School time for the little one. But as we said in this 60-day six-pack challenge, y'all, I have to be transparent. And as embarrassing as it may be for some, and it was for me at first when I gave a crap what anybody thought of me on this YouTube, but of course I've gotten over that. Huh? I'll get it. Oh shit. Here. You're so silly. All right, see you later. So funny. The success or lack thereof, I had to be transparent with everybody, right? And I always said from the beginning of this, my success or my lack thereof, because I have to be transparent, guys. This is day 39 of a 60-day six-pack challenge. When we started, it wasn't quite as toned, and I still have this like half inch right here at the bottom. I have this little half inch of fat I need to get rid of in the next 21 days so I can actually have a six-pack showing through. It's almost there. I have made progress. And as you would, the results are not exactly what we want them to be yet. But as I keep telling everybody, it's a damn 60-day challenge, not a 39-day challenge. And oftentimes we have compounding. No way. Oh, great. But guys, just keep on it. Say hi. Just keep on it and keep yourself straight mentally. The mental battle is mostly the hardest part of all of this. The making of the change making happens with time and consistency. But no one's going to put in any type of consistency doing things that are uncomfortable or new to them unless they really have mentally committed that they're going to do something different with their life come hell or high water. Once somebody makes that mental commitment, it's over. Life can become better quickly. Matter of fact, we're proof that physical fitness, your life can become drastically different and better just within a 60-day time period if you really, really mentally commit to it. And I'm a true believer on the fact that people's financial lives can become better pretty damn quickly if it's something that they concentrate on and they practice with consistency. So show up every day. Don't be dipping a toe in the water. We only have one life to live, y'all. Very short amount of years here on the planet for each of us. Let's go ahead and do the best we can. Be the best version of ourselves we can be. And the better we become inside and the better versions of ourselves we become, you'll see the environment around you change for the better as well. So your environment and how good or bad things are going on in your life are generally a reflection of your past habits. So let's flip the switch. Let's make a mental commitment. Let's start to make the change. Immediate results don't happen. But if we do step by step towards our goals and we do that step by step with a little bit of consistency, you will get to your destination. I promise you that. So guys, have a wonderful day. We'll be back here tomorrow, and it's going to be a fun day tomorrow because we're going to show Andy how we do a full body workout with just a set of 15-pound dumbbells. Okay. So that'll be the workout tomorrow. And tomorrow will be more workout centric because I'll be working back and forth with Andy. But if you guys want to come on and figure, hey, how can a guy build some muscle? How can a gal get a really intensive workout in, really bust your butt, and only have a pair of 15-pound dumbbells, which everybody can get off Craigslist. All right. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I bid you guys adieu. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.